Hi everyone, it's me, Carbundance. Welcome back to my 365 days from ED to recovery. So, my Quasi Recovery, exactly 1 year ago on that day, I was still so much in chronometer. It's like I was looking at how can I be more raw. I was trying to get rid of the fat fingers like the chilblains and Raynaud syndrome because they were swollen so much. I was suffering, it was hurting, and I thought, well, now this is a reason, like I actually have to go back to more raw, more detoxing foods, more high carb, more like, more pure, more optimal, whatever. And I got more into the raw till 4 or like more raw thing again and high carb, or at least I, mentally I was researching for it. My eating disorder was telling me, well, maybe this was the way to go after all. And I just got so caught up in it. And deep inside I knew, where are you running, girl? Like, this is wrong. But I was so afraid, and the eating disorder just grabbed this kind of thing with my fingers and made me panic and convinced me that this is reason enough to justify acting according to the eating disorder thoughts again, or at least like more. No, I was very much focused on getting in the calories though, like, and that is also how the eating disorder likes to justify, like, this is still recovery. Well, but yeah, it's not. So this was my breakfast with like grapes and mango. And, I was getting into this food combining chart again. Some people were asking me, like, where did you get this information of food combining? Like, and this is basically one resource that I use, from Freely the Banana Girl. Yeah, you can pause it and look at it, and it's not something I recommend, and it's not something I live by anymore. I can eat anything combined with anything now, but at this time, and also fueled by my experience with my parasites and, where I also had digestive issues. And, at this time where I was, due to the restriction, I still had, even though I was eating to the Minimod guidelines, I still had slow digestion, and it was not up to par. And so, yeah, then you feel like you have to food combine, but it's not because of the food. You don't actually have to food combine. It's just, you think that you have to do that because your digestion is not good, really. And, this is another food pyramid that Free the Banana Girl used to recommend, and still does, I guess. So this is much more raw than the raw till 4 she was recommending. It's just something, when I look at it now, it's like, wow, how can you ever have the idea that this is not an eating disorder? You do not have to eat this way in order to be optimally healthy. It's just like it's like saying a vegan diet or plant-based diet is not enough, but you have to restrict cooked food, fats, and basically all processed foods, except maybe a little bit of sugar. But Freely also never was the one to actually recommend refined sugar per se so much. And it's like, the time showed that Freely and Harley also really eased on, like, or at least Freely eased on the recommendations, but Harley didn't. Anyways, so I had some medjool dates here. I was going for it. I love dates, still eat it very, very often. This is a date smoothie, like a Datorade. Basically like 20 dates and getting in the calories, getting in the sugar. And that's fine. The eating disorder doesn't like that. It's not like I didn't have a relapse or something. Well, maybe but I was still making compromises, being in this quasi recovery, justifying that it's just about eating enough calories. But no, like, it's also about just eating the exact fear foods that you're fearing. And I was justifying there, and my eating disorder used to justify to me that it's okay to now eat optimal foods and only care about the calories and not challenging your fear foods, because obviously you have a problem, a physical problem. You might have a disease. It's like something that you have to get under control. And that's also the essence of the eating disorder as well. It wants to control everything. So toxic. So you see this bunch of spinach here and bananas and strawberries. It is a huge packed smoothie, as you can see. But you will see the color of the smoothie now. I kind of gag when I think of it now. I mean, I love all foods. I'm also at a point where I love veggies and spinach again, but it's like not this much. And like, why? I was still at the point where I was trying to make meals just so like nutritionally perfectionized or optimized. Like, how can I add more micronutrients? How can I make this even more healthier? And it's like now I gag at the thought of adding greens to everything, like even in my oatmeal or in any kind of smoothies. I just want the taste that I want, and I'm not going to micromanage that by thinking, well, I have to add more greens or anything. But you know, here I was actually trying to kind of combat the finger thing, and I just tried kind of anything. Desperation took control, and eating disorder kind of took control. And yeah, I mean, cooked veggies, rice. Not so much rice, though. You can see I just put it on top. It's not like, you know, I wasn't actually getting full on the rice, but more on the veggies, which is crazy to me now. Just some impressions of what I ate 1 week ago. I love Cliff Bars in general. I love all foods well, except for I don't really love, like I hate anything that comes from the sea. I don't know why. I also didn't really grow up on these kind of foods, but just in terms of sweets, I basically like everything, and Cliff Bars are one of them. And it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just, there's nothing tastes like a Cliff Bar to me. It's, yeah, and they're very, very sweet, which is not a problem to me. I love very, very sweet. And I also think it's a very natural thing we are striving for. And it doesn't always have to be the most natural thing from the tree, right? And so later in the day, I also had some of these bread chips, as many as I wanted. It's, you know, it's basically bread fried in oils. And yeah, I hope this video helped. Let me know with a thumbs up. And don't forget, on Mondays we have live stream days, and I will see you next video. Bye.